A judge orders a new runoff election for the Ward 1 alderman seat in Aberdeen. WCBI's Allie Martin has details of the judge's ruling, which comes after a hearing in January when witnesses were questioned and evidence presented.
In the 64-page order, Judge Jeff Weil not only calls for a new election, but also finds evidence of fraud and criminal activity in how absentee ballots were handled, how the votes were counted, and the actions by some at the polling place. In his ruling, the judge said that 66 of 84 absentee ballots cast in the June runoff were not valid and should never have been counted. Nicholas Holliday was declared the winner by a 37-vote margin. Robert Duvall challenged the results in court. Judge Weil found many irregularities with absentee ballots. He issued a bench warrant for notary Dallas Jones, who notarized absentee ballots. During a hearing, Jones admitted violating notary duties. She has been arrested and charged with voter fraud. Her bond is set at $500.
When you have an absentee ballot, there's an envelope, and you vote, and then you fold the ballot up, and you put it in this envelope, and then you lick the flap, and then you sign across the flap, and then the notary signs your election certificate. And she essentially testified that she didn't sign in front of anybody. She didn't see anybody sign it. She just notarized them. She just stamped them.
Jones also testified that she was called to the home of then Alderwoman Lady Garth in June to correct her father's absentee ballot paperwork. While there, Jones testified she notarized about 30-something ballots. The judge also found that 83 regular ballots were counted without being initialed by election workers, another violation. Judge Weil also said there was clear evidence of voter intimidation and harassment at the polling place on Election Day. State law says candidates and supporters must stay at least 150 feet away from the polling place. In his ruling, the judge said Holliday, along with Police Chief Henry Randall and former Mayor Maurice Howard, acted as if they were above the law, repeatedly violating criminal statutes. Duvall is hopeful the judge's order for a new election will mean a fair contest for the Ward 1 seat.
It was always, a lot of distraction in Ward 1 for some reason, and that's when I said earlier I like to see going forward that that be cleaned up and people be able to come and go as they like to vote and vote for who they want to.
Aldermen meet Tuesday. They're expected to set a new election for Ward 1 during that meeting. In Aberdeen, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
Aberdeen City Attorney Walter Zinn, who represented Holliday, issued a statement late this afternoon saying in part that they're disappointed by the ruling and exploring all legal options. You can read the entire judge's order at WCBI.com.